Right now, there's this quiet but absolutely massive battle being fought over the future of artificial intelligence. And no, this isn't about who has the fastest chips or the biggest data sets. This is way deeper. It's a philosophical war. Really, it's a battle for the very soul of AI. And this whole conflict really presents two completely different visions for what our future is going to look like. It forces us to ask this really crucial question. As this tech becomes more powerful than literally anything we've ever created, which path do we choose? The decision we make, well, it's going to have consequences for generations to come. So, the two camps in this fight, you can think of them as the Cathedral and the Bazaar. Over in the Cathedral, you've got the big players, like OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic. They all believe in one thing: centralized control. Then, you've got the Bazaar. This is where you'll find companies like Meta, Mistral, and the platform Hugging Face. They are all about a more decentralized, you could even say chaotic, approach. These are two vastly different ways of thinking, backed by the biggest names in tech. Okay, so first, let's step inside the walls of the cathedral and really explore what this first vision is all about. The guiding idea here, the metaphor they use, is the walled garden. I want you to picture a perfectly manicured, beautiful, and totally safe space. In this model, the AI's source code, it's kept secret, it's proprietary. The creators have complete control over who gets to use it and what they can use it for. The whole thing is designed to be a predictable and secure environment. So why go the walled garden route? Well, it really comes down to three main arguments. First, and this is the big one, safety. The thinking is that if you keep this incredibly powerful code secret, you can prevent bad actors from getting their hands on it and doing something terrible. Second is control. This lets them be really careful and responsible with how the AI is developed. It lines up with what companies like OpenAI always say about ensuring AI benefits all of humanity. And finally, let's be real, profit. These guys have poured billions into this stuff, and a closed proprietary model is the most direct way to get a return on that massive investment. The core philosophy, really, is that when you're dealing with technology that can literally shape the world, the most responsible thing to do is to manage it carefully. It's all summed up in this one idea. In a world of immense power, the safest path is a controlled one. But what about the world outside those pristine garden walls? Well, that brings us to the other side of this battle, the Bazaar of freedom. So if the cathedral is a walled garden, then the bazaar, that's the wild jungle. The code here is open source. It's just given away, for free, for anyone to take, to modify, to build on top of. It's an approach that is by its very nature chaotic, maybe even dangerous, but its core belief is in freedom and open access for everyone. And this philosophy is a total contrast to the cathedral, right? It's all about democratization, giving power to the many, not just a select few. It's about the freedom to innovate without any restrictions, which, is great for a company like Meta, whose whole business model thrives on having tons of developers building things on their platforms. The whole thing is fueled by this belief that progress just explodes when you have thousands of minds all over the world working on the same problem together. The spirit of the bazaar is really this: progress. Especially something as game-changing as AI, it shouldn't be locked away in a box. Like the saying goes, true progress can't be contained. It must be free to grow everywhere. And this is where we get to the heart of the conflict. Because both of these powerful ways of thinking are driven by a deep, almost existential fear of the other side. This is where the stakes get unbelievably high. So let's really break it down. What's the nightmare scenario? What's the one thing that keeps each of these camps up at night? What is the ultimate risk they are so desperately trying to prevent? Here it is, plain and simple. The folks who support the cathedral, the walled garden, they ask this terrifying question. If you give away unimaginably powerful AI for free, what's stopping some bad actor from using it to design a deadly bioweapon? That's the risk of decentralized chaos. But the defenders of the bazaar, they fire right back with their own scary question. If only a handful of giant corporations control the most powerful tool in human history, won't they just become our unelected dictators? And that's the risk of centralized control. So, where does all this leave us? I mean, this is not a debate with an easy answer. We are truly standing at a crossroads. And the future? Well, it's still very much unwritten. At the end of the day, this entire complex war really just boils down to a fundamental choice, a trade-off. It's control versus chaos. It's safety versus freedom. Each path offers this incredible promise, but each one also carries a profound, world-altering risk. And that leaves us with what might just be the defining question of our time. As AI keeps getting more and more powerful, which philosophy is going to win out? Will our future be built inside the controlled, safe walls of the Cathedral, or out in the chaotic, open freedom of the Bazaar? The answer to that question is going to shape everything that comes next.